Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I want to be free as can be.
They say that freedom is the ability to fully experience life. The GUT Credit Union is giving you the freedom to choose. Get a loan for any purpose, whether it's consolidating your debt, buying a vehicle, owning your home, back to school, or a dream vacation. We offer competitive rates with terms and payments that fit your lifestyle. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/freedom to start enjoying your life, your money, your way. Promotion ends September 30th, 2022. Special conditions apply. More freedom, more choices. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the Network News for Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, $22,000 in fines stopped against Harbor Master crew members. Defense lawyers for Harbor Master seeking an amicable resolution for seized vehicle. Students concerned that late CSEC results could impact admission to colleges and universities. Complications of gastroenteritis broken down and in around the globe. In regional news, Guyana appoints new elections commissioner. In international news, prosecutors in Peru expanding their corruption investigation against President Pedro Castillo. And coming up in sports, Anthony Modeste appointed as interim senior men's national head coach. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Time served is time spent, and $22,000 in fines were the sentences passed down on the 4 Harbor Master crew members on Wednesday. Rena Pierre-Thomas continues to follow this story.
Praise Yeshua, Benjamin.
The 4 crew members of the Harbor Master that pleaded guilty to grievous harm and causing harm to Anderson Peters and his brother Kidon Peters on Monday was fined $5,500 each. This sentence was brought to them by Magistrate Terry St. Louis at the St. George Magistrate Court this morning. 55-year-old John Alexander, 35-year-old Mikhail John, 42-year-old Noel Cooper, and 28-year-old Shion Jack were charged $3,500 EC dollars each for causing grievous harm to Anderson Peters and $2,000 EC dollars each for causing harm to Kidon Peters, with time served as time spent. Failure to pay both fines will land them a 1 year 6 months in prison. The fines were to be paid forthwith, meaning that payment must be made before they are freed from police custody. Cadgington Hood, legal representative for the sailors, says his clients should be free by midday Wednesday.
Our aim is to have our clients out of custody as soon as possible. If it means that we pay the funds and then we get it back from the clients, we do that as lawyers because we're trying to operate within the best interest of the clients. So it's just an accounting situation.
Based on what you're saying,
we intend to do it this morning, ASAP, this morning before it turns 12 o'clock.
The The charges and subsequent fines stemmed from a ball on the party boat during the carnival season. The lawyer spoke of his thoughts on the sentence passed down by Magistrate Teddy St. Louis.
He did say he felt that the facts did not merit a custodial sentence. I agree with him on that. I was a bit perturbed about him saying time served, because that suggests there's a custodial nature. So that's a conflict, which I won't eat his head off for. I think he tried to do a good job in making sure that the public understands that he appreciated the nature. But the fact is, it's just two groups of people who got into an unlawful.
Hoodin, speaking to the court before the sentencing was handed down, outlined several factors that may have contributed to the altercation. One is that his clients were provoked. The lawyer says setting the stage right by stating what he called the facts of the case was important.
And true to the practice of law, in arriving at a sentence, you have to look at all of the facts, so to speak, in the round, and then you look at the law and you try to apply the facts to the law. So the setting of the stage, so to speak, was meant to underline and to focus on what I thought would have been crucial facts that would lend some kind of revelation with respect to the mindset of the person.
Although the criminal matter of this incident has concluded, there is still a civil matter to come. Standing outside of the St. George's Magistrate Court, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Oftentimes, people who find themselves on the wrong side of the law opt for a guilty plea rather than going through a trial. Christina John sought clarity on the pros and cons of a guilty plea.
On Monday, 4 Harbour Master crew members pleaded guilty to 2 charges, that of grievous harm and causing harm committed against Anderson Peters and his brother Kidon Peters. Their sentencing took place earlier today at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court. What does pleading guilty mean for the parties involved, and who benefits from the fines, the state or the victim? Attorney at law Jerry Edwin explains.
With the criminal matter behind us, that Anderson benefits. Instead of having to stand in the witness box and offer testimony, sworn, and to relive this spectacle all over again, I think it's in no one's benefit to go through that process. So the crew members, they can go on with their lives, and clearly Anderson can resume his training and do what he does best. The state will benefit, of course, because we want to maintain the public peace, and anytime that peace is breached, the state of Grenada, through the magistrates' courts and the orders made by the magistrate, the state is entitled to receive from those who breach the peace appropriate fines.
Such a conviction, Edwin says, under Grenada's laws is expungible and can be taken off the record books within 4 years once an application is made. With a civil suit likely, one may believe that since there is a guilty plea in the criminal case, this augurs well for the filing of a civil suit.
Let me say, though, that a criminal conviction cannot be used as evidence of guilt or culpability in a civil trial.
The attorney delved a bit further to enlighten the public on why this cannot happen.
The standard, for example, in a criminal case is beyond a reasonable doubt. In a civil case, the standard is the probability. It is seen as a 75% threshold when we look at beyond reasonable doubt. That is, you have to have a mountain of evidence where the defendant has to prove nothing, only the state. In a civil trial, it could be 51%. if there is evidence, just 1% over, to show that someone is negligent, then of course there's a judgment for the parties in a civil case. But in a criminal case, the threshold is a lot higher. You have to go to 75%.
Attorney Edwin explained that based on maritime laws, this too can possibly have implications for the crew's members' job.
There is a standing rule in the maritime business that persons who are accused of, I believe it's felonies, not all criminal, it depends on the jurisdiction, but persons who are accused of crimes, particularly of violence, of personal injury upon others, are not permitted to work in the maritime industry in any field.
Christina John, GBN News.
Lawyers for the Harbor Master vessel's owners say the next step is to get the boat on bail so that some level of business activities can resume, as the boat has seen a great financial loss since its seizure. Rena Pierre-Thomas tells us more.
Local lawyers defending Harbor Master Cruises says their next move is to seek bail for the boat. The boat was seized last Friday by sea marshals after documents were filed in the Supreme Court by Derek Sylvester, the attorney representing the Peters brothers. Cadgington Hood, one of the lawyers representing the vessel, says the owners have noted great financial loss due to the seizure of the vessel. The defense team's aim now is to reach an agreement that will satisfy both parties involved in the matter.
The company is suffering immense losses on a daily basis with the arrest. That has been pointed out and we'll continue to point that out. So we are striving now to reach out to the other side to see if we can agree on what you call conditions of bail, which, to speak in ordinary language, is to have a certain sum deposited in court to cover what order might be made, what reasonable order might be made in settlement of the claim. Once that is done and both sides agree on that, that's what we hope. If we can do it today and we agree and we can have that money deposited, then we'd lift the arrest. That's what we're aiming for now.
Hood said that a civil suit was filed on behalf of Anderson Peters and his brother Keaton Peters on the ground of causing harm.
Civil suit has been filed because the civil suit is the basis of the arrest. If you understand the point I'm making, you can't arrest the boat without any action. The civil suit alleges, and that was already confirmed by the doctor's report that was tendered in proceedings this morning, that there has been personal injury done to two persons. So the basis has been set. Yes? And based on the fact that the persons who are responsible are servants of the owners of the boat, so to speak, right? The captain and others, then it attaches to the boat. That's the basis of the arrest.
Dylan Charles, corporate lawyer for the Harbor Master, said that the changes in strategy in dealing with the arrest of the boat were changed after receiving instructions from their clients.
The claim has been filed and served on the boat. We would have taken a position that, as you know, ordinarily, when you file a claim, it's supposed to be served on the party responsible. Now, the boat is but an asset. It's not the company that owns the boat. Now, if you've seen all the publications online about how the claim was drafted. It would have been drafted as Anderson Peters, Keaton Peters versus MV Harbor Master and owners at large. Right? So we have taken position at a stance that until you specifically name the actual owner of the boat, then we are going to stay here. Now that this has happened, we have been instructed to do otherwise and negotiate and file what we need to file to move forward with the release of the boat.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pierre-Thomas reporting.
CXC results are delayed, and some students are worried they won't be granted admission to colleges and universities, requiring these grades for final acceptance. Grenada's tertiary institutions are responding to their concerns. The Caribbean Examinations Council's CXC announced in April 2022 that the May-June exams would be postponed by 3 weeks to allow more time for preparation of the written components. This may have seemed like good news to some students, but for others, it was cause for great concern that final grades might not be available in time to meet application deadlines for some colleges and universities in the region and internationally. On Friday, August 12th, their worst fears were realized. Preliminary results for the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE, Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, and Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, CCSLC, will be released in St. Lucia on Monday, the 5th of September, 2022. Candidates can access their preliminary results online. CXC's statement addresses the preliminary results, but not the finals, which are what students traditionally use for admission to tertiary institutions, like our own local college and university. GBN spoke to St. George's University's Associate Dean for Enrollment Planning, Colin Dow, who said SGU's new applicants won't be affected by the late release of grades because May-June results are generally used for admission to the January term and not the September term.
Whereas it would be disappointing for the students sitting the examinations this year to be getting their results, in first week of September, if that's the projected date. It's not as disruptive to the St. George's University applicant as would be probably for other institutions and for the registrars and admissions offices at other institutions. TAMCC probably comes to mind in that regard.
As Mr. Dow suggested, a large proportion of the nation's secondary school graduates who seek to pursue tertiary studies will do so at the T.A. Marisho Community College. Principal of the college, Dr. Ronald Brunton, said they already have a plan in place for this year's students, having experienced a similar delay in the release of grades last year.
We have staff that will be conducting interviews with students to ensure that they meet the requirements to be accepted into their programs. We've already collected significant data on students wishing to register with students, so sort of a pre-registration that would have taken place earlier in July. So we have that basic data. We've already started to create accounts for students. And so once the grades are released, we'll be able to match those grades against the student accounts and make a quicker decision in terms of entry into the college.
Dr. Brunton says that TAMCC's first term will start later than usual.
We expect that we'll be able to start classes on the 12th of September this year, giving us enough time to complete the academic term before the Christmas period. If there are some projects that run into January, we would be able to accommodate those students and those projects.
Meanwhile, final results were also needed to qualify for the tuition assistance program recently advertised by the Grenadian government, but which closed on August 11th. The government's tuition assistance program for undergraduate studies was advertised with an application deadline of August 11th. Applications required, amongst other things, the submission of a final acceptance letter from a tertiary institution. But such letters couldn't be received without the submission of final CSEC grades, which we know won't be available until September. This led to great frustration for some students, who then found it impossible to access the much-needed subsidy. GBN contacted the Prime Minister's office, who's responsible for the tuition assistance program. A representative from the office sent a written response to our query stating, and I quote, "CXC results are not part of the criteria for application to the tuition program." GBN recognizes this to be true, but awaits clarification from the ministry as to how applicants will be able to supply the required acceptance letter from an institution without first having CSEC final results. GBN will continue to follow this story. So for now, CXC's decision to delay the exams provides another lesson in a post-COVID world, where the long-term effects of the pandemic are proving to be education-related and not just health-related. This is News at 7. Coming up, complications of gastroenteritis broken down. Stay with us.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Grenada, get ready to win with the all-new Supermarket Sweep, the back-to-school edition. On Saturday, September 3rd, be at Tantine Playing Field from 2 p.m. Take part in our fun and exciting games and get a chance to win one of 24 $350 hampers or one of 26 bonus hampers valued up to $100, plus 50 school bags, a total of 100 giveaways. We've also got live entertainment and a bouncing castle for the kids. Tantine Playing Field comes alive on September 3rd. This is your chance to win. It's the Supermarket Sweep Back to School Edition, a game for we.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
This summer, make your dreams a reality with the Co-op Bank Summer Sizzle Loan. Get up to $35,000 and qualify to win amazing prizes. You can win day passes for 2 or vouchers for school supplies. Take that trip you've been longing for. Enjoy the carnival season. Have the wedding of your dreams. Make those home renovations or send your children back to school well prepared and fully equipped. Make this summer sizzle with the Co-op Bank Summer Sizzle Loan. Visit your nearest retail banking unit for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Good morning, Grand Lake Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill.
So what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house.
Well, I'll consider that.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
This could be out. Brilliant catch. What a stunning catch.
The biggest party in sports, the Caribbean Premier League, is back and live on GBN television. Capture the energy, excitement, and euphoria of the beloved game. 34 matches, 6 teams, only one to be crowned champion. The action starts August 31st and runs until September 30th. Live on GBN television at K105.5 and 105.9. It's no carnival, but you will enjoy the mass.
And you're kidding me! You are kidding me! I'm sorry, Joseph.
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
Affordable quality products
products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Health officials are continuing to warn about an increase in cases of gastroenteritis in the country.
Health officials are continuing to warn about an increase in cases of gastroenteritis in the country. The latest alert notes the number of cases recorded for 2022 thus far surpasses recorded cases in previous years. Gastroenteritis is inflammation of the stomach and intestines, typically resulting from bacterial toxins or viral infection and causing vomiting and diarrhea. Pediatrician and Director of Medical Services, Dr. Taisha Donald, says the Ministry of Health is trying to determine the main cause of the current outbreak.
It's concerning because, of course, when we think back about how is gastroenteritis, what causes it, how is it spread, how do you get it, of course, it's a matter of concern because gastroenteritis is basically a disease that is spread due to contamination from fecal matter, right? And how do you get that? You can get it from drinking contaminated water, eating contaminated food, touching contaminated surfaces, all right, or cleaning someone who actually has gastroenteritis and not doing proper hand washing. So basically, it has a lot to do with hygiene, all right, hand washing and hygiene. So that is worrisome because to have such a spread, it means that, and especially coming out of COVID-19, it means that we've dropped the ball a little in terms of managing our hygiene and our hand washing.
Dr. Donald shared tips to parents on how to treat infected children at home.
You run to casualty, not for one vomit. Mm-hmm. One vomit, you rest, remember, at least half an hour. Right. It could be more, but you rest the stomach and you watch. And a lot of times, to be honest, the patients who call me and parents who call, Dr. Donald, my child is vomiting and stuff, and I give them advice. To be honest, 1 out of 10 would end up in the hospital. Okay. If you follow that rule of resting the stomach, it works wonders. Contrary to what people think, vomit, drink, vomit, drink. No, vomit, drink, vomit, vomit, drink, vomit. You understand? So they must rest the stomach.
There are signs to look for to know when to see a doctor, as gastroenteritis can cause further complications.
If you see blood in the stool, right, that's a red flag as well.
And would that be for both adults and children?
Particularly for children 6 months and under. Okay. But for everyone. Once you see blood in the stool, it could be a complication of gastroenteritis called intussusception, which is where one part of the intestine slips into the other, it gets stuck there, so you start bleeding. And that is a surgical emergency in children. So any blood in stool for a pediatric patient, doctor. Okay. Extremely high fevers, right? So fevers of over, like 101, 102 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to also bring that child in because you want to make sure that, is it just the gastro causing this or is it gastro with something else?
The number of cases have already surpassed 1,000, with children under the age of 5 accounting for more than 397 cases, while children 5 and over account for 887 cases. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
And medical officials are yet to put a finger on what accounts for the continuous rise in gastroenteritis cases on the island, especially among young children. What they are finding interesting is that gastro this time round comes with some respiratory manifestations. Medical doctor Sonia Nixon advises on what's best to do to prevent it.
Children, I would advise mothers, first of all, boil water. Boil water that you would drink, even to make ice and to make juice and those stuff. It's cool, and then you wash your bottle in clean bottles, okay? Hand washing is very, very important. And if I have gastro, I don't want to be using the same utensils with everybody in the house. I take my utensils and I use them so that I don't pass on the virus. Your children would want to play with each other, but the child who is sick, you don't really want other kids to play. You're not to be playing around. You go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, you wash the sink, you keep the bathroom very hygienic, so that other people who come unexpected don't pick up the virus on you. But this is very contaminated.
Doctors are warning parents to be cautious and take precautionary measures.
You have rehydration salts, even if your child doesn't have gastro. Because what if your child starts vomiting or starts having loose stools in the night, 2 o'clock in the morning? You want to start replacing. And oftentimes you're very enthusiastic about giving the child back the fluid. But for a child who's vomiting, you might need to give them a teaspoon every 5 minutes. Let them sip on it. A lot of us tend to give our children juices and stuff when they have, especially diarrhea. That is not appropriate. The only thing we have been allowed to use is pure apple juice, not apple drink, apple juice. But you have to dilute it 50%. In other words, 1 part water to 1 part apple juice. Okay?
Gastroenteritis is a very common condition that causes diarrhea and vomiting. It's usually caused by a bacteria or viral tummy bug. It affects people of all ages, but is particularly common in young children. Most cases in children are caused by a virus called rotavirus. And now the possibility exists that Grenada's former government minister, Simon Steele, could lead the 27th UN Climate Change Conference, or COP27, in Egypt in November.
Grenada's former Environment Minister Simon Steele was named Monday as the new UN Climate Change Chief, replacing Patricia Espinosa of Mexico. The appointment of the longtime advocate for climate action was approved by the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, under which all climate negotiations are held, including the Paris Agreement. Steele will take up the position shortly, said a spokesman for UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, suggesting he will be in office for the next UN Climate Conference, the COP27, in Egypt in November. A member of government from 2013 until June, Steele has served as Minister of Environment and Climate Resilience for the last 5 years, calling relentlessly during COP summits for more progress in the fight against global warming. Guterres' office called Steele, who trained as an engineer, a true champion for formulating creative approaches to our collective global responses to the climate crisis, and said he brings unique skills honed over a 30-year career. He will replace Espinosa, who has served 2 terms as head of the UNFCCC from 2016 until July. Until Steele steps into the post, Mauritian Abraham Tau remains in place as interim head of the UN Climate Change, in addition to his duties as leader of the UN agency that combats desertification. Charian Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
One aspect of the Harbor Master crew members Anderson Peters altercation wrapped up today, and that's what's buzzing on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. 4 Trinidadian men have been fined for causing harm to world javelin champion Grenadian Anderson Peters. They were charged following a brawl on the party boat the Harbour Master during the carnival season. For causing grievous harm, each of the 4 convicted men was fined $3,500 to be paid forthwith, or in default, 1 year in prison. For causing harm, they were each fined $2,000 to be paid forthwith, and in default, 6 months in prison. They will remain in custody until fines are paid. Social media users took to the comment section to express concerns about this latest development. The following views are of members of the public and not of the GBN. Mercedes said, within a week. Meanwhile, the issue with the man who was beaten by the white man is yet to be settled. Wildcat added, at least they will be kept behind bars until the fines are paid. Some form of justice had been served, despite it may not be in agreement with all. Vince said, justice was swift. That's the judge's decision. We move on, and it's a lesson for all of us. We must learn to settle disputes without raising our hands with knives, cutlasses, guns, etc. Behave. Hazel said, we need to understand the charges, then read the laws and penalties that go with the charges. Trina added, less than a week I can say Anderson gets justice, but what is happening with the Kimon Bell case? Come for me, I have enough time on hand. I thought we would remember while we're on a boat case. Esther said, the law is the law regardless we like it or not. Maybe how we see things towards this incident, the law has a breakdown of such, so we see it a different way. It happened already and was very sad, but we all have to move on. Rayanne said, what a fine. That's all, folks. All this fuss for this. Collins added, that's a lot of money for the state. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
And still ahead, man charged with possession of illegal firearms. This is News at 7.
This is Sammy coming back from Juvenile. Here comes Sammy again. This time, he is hurrying to join the fancy mass band. It is now after Carnival. Sammy and Robbie are liming on Wall Street.
Come on, Sammy, man. That's where you're throwing the bull? You do have respect for the environment, or what?
Got just one bone and the dog eating that just now?
Yeah, not only dog, rat too. Throwing bone on the ground so the skulls rodent. And besides, you don't looking good, man.
God, man, I mean, this kind of talk you're spoiling the line, man. Relax yourself now.
I can't relax when you're dotting up the environment, so do the right thing.
All right.
Nice. Let me head for the garbage bin.
Let's keep our islands clean. Take your garbage with you if no bins are available. Don't throw garbage out of vehicles and on the streets. Stop, think, use the bins. A message from the Department of Tourism and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Stasia Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Stasia Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Stasia Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679. or 406-1500, or visit any of our 3 locations. Stasia Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. On Saturday, the 13th of August, 2022, officers attached to STEM Flow in Carriacou discovered one Cobra Dominguez 9mm pistol during an operation at Bel Air, Carriacou. And as a result, Denzel Mills, 24 years old, machine operator of Bel Air, Carriacou, was arrested and charged for possession of a firearm. Mills was granted bail in the amount of $7,000 with one surety and is scheduled to appear at the Carriacou Magistrates Court on Monday, the 17th of October, 2022. And now it's time for a peek through the GBN ISON lens, where we're going to look at Carriacou's talent Superflint.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISON is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's ISOL features soca artist Clint Superflying Flint John in a peculiar outfit on Juve Morning. Juve Morning usually features an array of different outfits. Men often use the opportunity to dress in women's clothing and adorn themselves in wigs and female accessories. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. We'll have the sports for you next.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Fuel your dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
This could be out. Brilliant catch. What a stunning catch.
The biggest party in sports, the Caribbean Premier League, is back and live on GBN television. Capture the energy, excitement, and euphoria of the beloved game. 34 matches, 6 teams, only one to be crowned champion. The action starts August 31st and runs until September 30th. Live on GBN television at K105.5 and 105.9. It's no carnival, but you will enjoy the mass.
And you're kidding me! You are kidding me! I'm sorry, Joe.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now! We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Be ready for school with the coolest deals from Courts. Free gift with your back-to-school purchases. Plus big discounts on cell phones, computers, printers, televisions, and more. Shop today with no cash and get instant credit on 3 to 48 months credit plan. Save big with great deals and head back to school in style. Only from Courts. Bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Sports fans, let's dive into the world of sports. Former national player Anthony Nixon Modeste has now assumed the post of interim head coach of the senior men's squad. Modeste, who served as assistant to former head coach Michael Finley, represented Grenada at the national level for more than 20 years.
It's a great honor. It's a pleasure to be heading our national team and heading our national team into the right direction. The president said a lot, and I just want to endorse a few things. He made mention of everybody starting from scratch, which is pretty true. The only showpick on the Grenada national team as present is the coaching staff. And that was conveyed to the players. They know of our expectation. and we expect everyone to come out and work extremely hard to be selected. There's no reason, absolutely no reason, we cannot be back at the top of football in the Caribbean or ranking in the first three. But it takes hard work and discipline, and therefore myself and the coaching staff are championing the cause to go forward and create some sort of history in Grenada football.
President of the Grenada Football Association, Marlon Glean, says the change points to the general shift in focus by the executive.
Mr. Modeste has been a national team player, national team captain, national team coach. A matter of fact, on the first occasion of Grenada's appearance at the Gold Cup, Mr. Modeste was a player coach at the time. He was also coach at the time when Grenada was at its highest ranking, which was 88 in the world, 88 out of 211 countries. Since then, we've slipped to 168 out of 211 countries. I'm fully confident in his ability to lead our senior men's national team. I'm fully confident in his ability to deliver some of the successes that we've had in the past.
Windward Islands will play Guyana on the opening day of the CWI Rising Star Under 15 Super 50 Championships at the National Stadium. The 6 teams championship will include Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, Leewards, and Windward Islands. 2 other matches are also slated for the opening day of the tournament. The tournament will follow a round-robin format. It bowls off Saturday morning from 9:30. Still with cricket, 3 Grenadians will feature in the 10th edition of the Caribbean Premier League. They are Andre Fletcher, Teddy Bishop, and Preston McSween. Fletcher will play for St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, young Teddy Bishop, Barbados Royals, while McSween will ply his trade a bit closer to home with the St. Lucia Kings. CPL bowls off August 31st and will be played until September 30th. The 2022 edition will feature 6 teams vying for the marquee T20 title in West Indies cricket. The 6 teams featuring in the 2020 edition of CPL are Barbados Royals, Guyana Amazon Warriors, Jamaica Talawa, St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, St. Lucia Kings, and Trinbago Knight Riders. St. Kitts and Nevis are the defending champions of the CPL. Coverage of the games will be carried live on GBN TV daily. And West Indies women return to action on home soil when they host New Zealand women in an 8-match white ball tour from September 16th to October 6th in Antigua. Cricket West Indies, CWI, confirmed that the 3 CGI United One-Day Internationals, ODI, and 5 T20 Internationals will be played at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. The CG United ODI series is scheduled for September 16th, 19th, and 22nd, and matches will start at 9:30 a.m. The T21s are scheduled for September 26th to October 6th. The team will then look to the 5 T21 matches as part of their preparations for the 2023 ICC Women's T20 World Cup in South Africa in January. And that's our look at the world of sports. And now for a look at what's happening beyond the shores of Grenada in the region and around the world. Former Public Secretary Minister Clement James Rohi was on Tuesday appointed as the new commissioner of the Guyana Elections Commission, representing the government. HGPTV has the details.
Newly appointed Commissioner of the Guyana Elections Commission, Clement Rohi, is eager to add his contribution towards restoring professionalism among staff at the institution. Speaking on the sidelines of his swearing-in ceremony on Tuesday held at the Office of the President, Rohi stressed that this area of focus is essentially important since the image of the Commission is reflective of the conduct of those employed.
This is what you call a machinery that actually the country depends upon, that people, that the electorate looks forward to ensure that a free and fair elections are held. You see, we know when you go into a polling station or when you go to do registration, certain perceptions, which I would not wish to detail at this point in time, tend to emerge. So we need to have staff that reflects what Guyana looks like. And this is going to be extremely important. It's also going to be important for the staff to be professional in the conduct of their activities and in their attitude towards people as well.
Rohi replaces Bibi Shadiq, who passed away at the weekend. Shadiq served as a government-appointed commissioner at GCOM for a number of years. President Irfan Ali says he is confident in the capabilities of Rohi to effectively carry out the new duties.
Prosecutors in Peru are expanding their corruption investigation against President Pedro Castillo. They're looking at his alleged involvement in corruption, obstruction of justice, and receiving bribes. But Castillo says it's political persecution and racism. More in this Al Jazeera report.
With just 1 year in office, President Pedro Castillo is now facing 6 criminal inquiries, and the federal investigations are getting closer and closer to home. A sister-in-law suspected of awarding government contracts to friends turned herself in. A nephew suspect of receiving bribes is a fugitive. And one of Castillo's top allies, a former transport minister in charge of the government's largest budget, is nowhere to be found. Castillo says the media is trying to portray his family as corrupt. His defense lawyer has requested the judiciary stop the press from publishing any information regarding the president's case. Castillo says he's a victim of racism.
They are against this government because I come from the countryside. It's totally racist. I do not speak like them or sit at their opulent tables because I walk with the people.
70% of Peruvians now think he's guilty. Frustrated that nearly all former presidents are involved in corruption, Peruvians marched in support of the public prosecutor leading the probes. Castillo's allies say the investigations are politically motivated.
I firmly reject the claims and insinuations that the public prosecutor's office is part of an alleged political plan.
And that's what's been happening around the globe. We'll come back to Grenada's shores after this break. And now for a recap of the night's top stories. $22,000 in fines slapped against Harbor Master crew members. Defense lawyers for Harbor Master seeking an amicable resolution for seized vessel. Students concerned that late CSEC results could impact admission to colleges and universities. Complications of gastroenteritis broken down. And in around the globe, Guyana appoints new elections commissioner. And in international news, prosecutors in Peru expanding their corruption investigation against President Pedro Castillo. In sports, Anthony Modeste appointed as interim senior men's national head coach. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. In the meanwhile, you can continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. We thank you for joining us tonight and hope to see you again tomorrow. Good night.